Hey everybody, welcome to week 5. We're going into some more information and more review of employment law, specifically to harassment and discrimination. This is a huge area of human resources. Bottom line of all these employment laws, in my mind, is maintaining respect for individuals as people, as human beings. So it very much is the human side of human resources. It is difficult, it sometimes can get complex. But if we're being professional and have good processes and procedures and really good leadership in place, things go okay. But it's definitely good to be aware of the environment. So this week we're going to focus on the anti-discrimination laws, apply our understanding to some really good case studies that we're going to review together. I think you'll find that very interesting and fascinating. And what we're going to do is the same old pattern. So we're going to have the instructor hang out on Wednesday night. Join if you can. Those are at 7 p.m. Keep looking ahead to the doohickeys problem. I know that we have one due coming up, the first paper. Remember, that's 3 problems with 4 solutions. Your problems should be stuff that we've already discussed. So looking forward to reading that first paper. We'll have some readings about sexual harassment as far as the legal backdrop, and then a case study like we mentioned, and we'll go from there. So this week it brings to mind the topics of mercy and justice. And mercy and justice, of course, are clear doctrines set out in the gospel of Jesus Christ. I think we can think of mercy and justice as kind of the Lord's view of helping us. It's the laws, right? It's the expectations. It helps us to repent, helps us to change our behavior, helps us to get better. In organizations, we're doing the same thing. We should be anyway. We should be coaching our employees. We should be helping them identify behaviors that they can improve upon and correcting behaviors that are not conducive to the mission of the organization. It's a couple verses from Alma. What, do you suppose that mercy can rob justice? I say unto you, nay, not one whit. If so, God would cease to be God. But God ceaseth not to be God, and mercy claimeth the penitent, and mercy cometh because of the atonement. Gratefully, we know that justice is there. There's consequences for our actions. There's consequences for our actions at home, at school, in the workplace, wherever we are. And so if we take ownership of those actions, if we take ownership of our behavior, we understand that there are consequences, and hopefully that should help us make good decisions. But we all fall short, and thankfully God is God and does not cease to be God. He's kind and He's merciful. Mercy satisfies the demands of justice. So thankfully, on a spiritual level, we have a very good insight about behavior and consequences. So what does that mean for us in this class? When dealing with people issues, we have to find a balance. We have to find a balance between what the policy demands, what the rules of the company demand, or what the law demands, and allowing that person to change, improve, and get coached on their behavior. Okay, of course, in areas of harassment and discrimination, sometimes we have to make decisions, but we have to get the best information we can. One of my former instructors used to harp on us. He said, more information makes better decisions. And so we have to be deliberate in how we approach situations. Get the information, investigate, be confidential. It's hard to be fully confidential because we have to investigate, but we have to be respectful and as confidential as possible. So really dive into the case this week. I want you to consider how you would approach the situation if you were the manager or if you were the HR person, or put yourself in these characters' shoes, specifically in the Lone Star case, and I think it'll be a good learning curve, learning opportunity for us. Looking forward to it. If you have any questions, as always, shoot me an email, send me a call or a text, and we'll be happy to respond to you. Definitely always try to get back to you within 24 hours and do the best I can there. Take care. Have a good one.